We're here.
If you want to know, turn to the PriMalLow Wrestling Show with Tom Malloy, Robert Price, and your host, Rich Lopez.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the PriMalLow Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Rich Lopez. Here are my two colleagues, Tom Malloy and Robert Price.
Hello, hello.
Hey out there.
It's the most wonderful time as a wrestling fan, as WrestleMania 31 took place this past Sunday, and it's in the history books. So, of course, on today's show, we'll talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about our weekly topic discussions, which is some input from my colleagues here and some things I noticed about WrestleMania.
We're also going to do the game competition between myself and Tom, 2-0, and we're going to do the Self High 5 potential WrestleMania 32 matches.
And then, of course, we're going to close the show this week with what we are watching on the WWE Network, which you could just get for
$9.99.
Or if you could just do a free trial. I just noticed for a month. Thank you to our friend Rich Clappett, who just subscribed. But with that in mind, let's go on with the show. Okay, WrestleMania 31 is in the history books. It's, for me, I told you guys last week it was going to be a hit or miss because of the amount of matches that were on the card. For me, it was obviously a hit, so I'll start off with Tom. Where did this WrestleMania rank on your all-time list?
On my all-time list of WrestleManias, I feel as though it would be in the top 10. I thought it was a really good show overall. And then I think it was honestly the best WrestleMania in the past 10 years.
I agree. Go ahead, Tom. Or go ahead, Price. I'm sorry.
I'm putting it in my top 5 just because of the surprise factors that you've seen in there. I mean, first time that you've seen Sting. Also, NWO came out. DX came out. You see Seth Rollins cash in. First time Money in the Bank was ever cashed on WrestleMania. See Ronda Rousey come out. I mean, they're going to do this and they're going to try to up themselves every single year because of the network. But
exactly.
it makes it that one night that they have competition. They have to outdo themselves, what they normally do.
Also, real quick, I mean, I agree with you. I might put this at number 5, maybe right outside the top 5. I would have to, literally go one by one and dissect it. But I will say, ever since the network came, since WrestleMania 30, they try to incorporate so many surprise factors. And I feel like WrestleMania is the only pay-per-view where you can get away with, I guess, storylines being storylines. Like, it could be a soap opera and it's okay. For example, the night before, Kevin Nash gets inducted by Shawn Michaels, and then obviously they're on stage, him, Triple H, Scott Hall, X-Pac, but then the next night he's facing off against Triple H. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's the one pay-per-view. WrestleMania is the one pay-per-view where you can, get away with all the theatrics, and it's almost like a Broadway show, but I obviously like it, so that was where we ranked that as a whole. What specific matches did you like? Did you think some, results should have been altered? Price, I'll start with you on this one.
I think that I wasn't a fan of all the results of the matches. I believe that Sting should have won.
Yeah.
As we're all going to find out, we all want to see Sting versus Undertaker. And him losing at this WrestleMania, he might have to show up. If he does show up, he's going to have to do something to build up to him going against The Undertaker.
I have an idea for that, but I won't go on with it. Bray Wyatt. He beats Bray, makes him even. Because Undertaker beat Bray. But, okay, so that's the only one you have?
That's the only one that I had. Other than that,
you okay with all of them, or you wish anybody else won? Or
I was fine with that entire card.
Okay.
Tom,
go ahead.
I actually had I had two matches. I think Sting should have won so he can legitimize himself in the WWE by beating the best in the business, as Triple H calls himself. And also, I feel as though Bray Wyatt should have won because he needs that momentum. He needs what is Undertaker doing right now? He's sitting home on his couch, eating some food, hanging out. And then you have Bray Wyatt, who is trying to, he's on the road. He's doing what he's got to do. And he's still a young competitor. He still has a bright future ahead of him. And he's kind of hitting a lot of roadblocks, I feel, as recently.
I completely agree. For me, I thought Bray definitely should have won. And that was the only issue I had. The reason why I say Bray should have won is because, obviously, he's a full-timer. So I agree with you right there. And he's also he says he's the new face of fear because he's there all the time. He plays the head games. He has that, threatening, microphone presence. And for me, it's okay. Undertaker won at WrestleMania, so what is that? He's 21-1. Like I can understand if the streak was still intact because it's the streak.
He's 22-1.
Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, 22-1. I'm just so used to Paul Heyman saying it. That's why I said it. But 22-1. So that means nothing to me. For me, it would have been a lot more important, I think, for him to go out on a high note is if he lost 2 in a row to make it seem like he's not the phenom that he once was. Have him against Sting at 32, and have a proper send off with. He won 21 straight, lost 2, finishes off with a bang.
I don't think that Bray Wyatt should have won. I thought Undertaker should have won, and he did win.
Because of the fact explain why.
I mean, you have Brock Lesnar who beat him, and that was such a huge thing. If Bray Wyatt beat him this year, then everybody would just think that Undertaker's just simply like, oh, okay. I think it makes it that much more special if somebody beats him. Also, for the whole thing of Bray Wyatt, he could be the new face of fear for 364 days out of the year.
How's he gonna do that? How?
He's there. He had the rub from the Undertaker. He got the Undertaker to a certain point, and then Undertaker beat.
He definitely, out of Bray Wyatt, though, he definitely got something a lot of other guys, well, a lot of newer talent hasn't got. I mean, get to face a main event player like the Undertaker.
We faced Cena the year before.
Yeah.
See, for me, here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing with that. I look at it like I just don't agree with it because, like I said, I just don't because Undertaker already has that one loss, and I feel like. The biggest thing with the Lesnar loss was how is he going to come back and, look? I mean, obviously he looked great, but I'm saying how would he, in the ring, how would he look? So I feel like if he lost, it wouldn't be that big of an issue. It would just look like he doesn't have it anymore. So it makes that next year retirement match at 32, because it's his home state, more special to me. Because no matter what, I feel like the one in the loss column is more important than if he had 2. I feel like 2 would be like, okay, he lost 2. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But 1, it's always going to be like, okay, that 1. Like, why did he lose that 1?
Right. Well, you're just saying if he lost to Bray, then there would be 2 losses. So,
but I feel like that makes him
on the same level as Bray Wyatt, and he's not yet.
I don't even think. First of all, I think if Undertaker was going to lose a streak, it should have been to a young guy.
Yeah,
I agree
with that also.
Okay, so I think that's another reason why I wanted Bray to win so bad. But the way I look at it is like, I think you guys could agree with me that once Undertaker lost last year at 30, I feel like obviously he's that superstar still, he's a phenom, but I feel like he just became like a normal guy because he only held the title 6 times, and the thing that he was known for was the streak. Right. So therefore, since he's already he lost that that presence, especially for WrestleMania. I feel like the storyline would have helped it better if he just lost 2 in a row since he already lost 1 and then finished off with a bang. That's just me, though.
Me and you are not going to agree on this.
Of course not, because you're not taking
entire show on that.
That's a fact. But I'm just saying that's why I think Wyatt should have won. He could have continued momentum and went from there. I also wouldn't have... I know Daniel Bryan won. We're all happy. We did the yes chance as he won. I could have understood it, and I kind of wished that Barrett won, though, looking back on it. Just because he never had the title for the last month. It would have been cool if he actually won the belt. And then have Daniel Bryan win it at Extreme Rules or something. You know what I mean? So, especially since they saved the show with Rollins cashing in.
Yeah.
So we have a couple categories here. It's almost like the MTV Awards or, the Oscars or Grammys. We're going to have 5 categories regarding WrestleMania. So we're going to start off with the best match. So Tom, I'll start with you. What do you think was the best match of WrestleMania 31?
I liked Lesnar versus Rollins. I think it was the best match because to me, I got the best shock value out of it by the end of the match, having Rollins come out and cash in on Lesnar.
You have to include Roman Reigns in there too. Triple threat match.
Oh yeah, sorry, it did become a triple threat match. I forgot about that part.
Price with you.
I like Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton.
Okay, well I agree with that. I think that was the best pure wrestling match, and everything was just so fluent. You could just tell those guys, their chemistry was really well, and they're probably the 2 best in the game right now, wrestling-wise. Maybe Daniel Bryan, but we'll go with moving forward. Best entrances. Price, I will start with you on this one.
I put down Bray Wyatt.
I liked it. It reminded me of a Thriller, but like in a Jeepers Creepers fashion.
Yeah.
Any reason?
Just because he brought that kind of fear thing, and it complemented his style. I mean, last year he came out and he had this big entrance with the band that plays his song playing him out. This year he came out with scarecrows from look like the Dark Knight, but I just liked it.
I liked it too. It was nice. Go ahead, Tom.
I liked the Triple H's.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool using the Terminator theme.
See, you guys both. I was gonna do Wyatt, but then you picked Wyatt, and then I was gonna do Triple H, but I had a feeling you were gonna do it because I know he's your favorite wrestler. Yeah. But I like Triple H's too. I just wish the video was a little bit shorter.
Yeah, he always overdoes that with the video every year.
Not even that. I figured it was more of like a sponsorship thing for Arnold.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if it was just a normal video, it probably would have been shorter. But yeah, I like Triple H's theme too. Best spot of the night. We will go back to Tom.
I'm gonna say it was the RKO on Rollins at the end of the match. That was honestly one of the most athletic things I saw all night.
I could be wrong. I want to throw this out there. I thought about it when I was watching Raw. I obviously could be wrong. I gotta find it. If I could find it, I'm gonna show you guys. I think he did that spot before with Rollins when he was in the Shield. I gotta find it.
It's a possibility.
He did.
Obviously, it was like on Raw. It was on.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like at WrestleMania, everything gets magnified.
Like that, yeah.
But after thinking about it, I could have swore he did it before. But go ahead.
I agree with Tom. So pretty much what he said, I agree.
Okay. Well, like I said, I think I saw it before. I want to check it out just to see if I'm not losing it. Best spot for me was Ambrose and the ladder from the powerbomb on Luke Harper. Man. From Luke Harper. That was just, it looks so smooth until the ending where it looks like Ambrose's head, the back of his head hits the rung and he gets split open, it looks like. But Ambrose is awesome. I knew he was going to do something crazy like that, so I'm excited he did. We were going to go with Price on this one, WrestleMania MVP.
This is where I came to a loss. I wanted to say Seth Rollins. I also wanted to say anybody, pretty much. I was thinking of a name. I can't remember the name I was thinking of.
Bray Wyatt, maybe?
Yeah, Bray Wyatt. He just had a spray foot, and he walked into this match, and he saved this match with Undertaker. I just think how he built up this match compared to how Triple H built up the match.
I agree. It was on him. He got hurt right before the show.
He's a great talker.
Couldn't even walk right before the show, and then gets put. He was in a cast all day, and then 5 minutes before the show, he gets out of it and performs about a 15, 20-minute match. Especially with that spot over the steel steps where he flipped over like Mick Foley.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could do that with a sprained foot. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm gonna just go with Rollins.
Rollins, okay. Because he had the best match. I think he
took all the gold.
I think he had the WrestleMania moment, which leads me to your WrestleMania moment. Robert, want to start?
Yeah, I liked when during the Sting Triple H match, you heard DX come out, and okay, that makes sense. DX came out, and then all of a sudden you hear NWO's music come out. Then they come out and they have this nice little standoff thing. So what else is going to happen? We all called it that Shawn Michaels was going to come out. Then Shawn Michaels came out. And then what they brought to that match, that was the moment that you finally seen the real NWO face off with the real DX.
That's true. Let's go back real quick to that Sting victory. Do you think it would have been better if he lost off a super kick from Shawn Michaels?
A lot of people wanted to see the Shawn Michaels versus Sting match. The people that didn't want to see the Undertaker Sting match, they wanted to see Shawn Michaels versus Sting because those two were the captains that were WWE exclusive and Sting was the WCW exclusive. So him losing like that.
I think that would have been better that way Triple H didn't actually beat him.
Yeah,
I mean, so it could have made him still look strong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
they could have done a screw job with it.
Yeah, exactly. Tom, your WrestleMania moment.
I'm going to say having Seth Rollins with the title, seeing a younger guy have it, and actually seeing, Brock Lesnar kind of putting over a younger talent.
I don't think you really put it. I think that's the point that he didn't get pinned.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear?
He never lost his title.
Exactly. Did you guys hear him say thank you very much to Roman Reigns as he pinned him? No, that was pretty cool. They've been through, up and down the road the last couple of years together, so I thought that was a pretty special moment. That was the category awards, I guess we can call it, or something like that, with WrestleMania 31. Hopefully, time will tell, and hopefully WrestleMania 32 will be just as good, if not better. Like I said, 31 was a hit or miss. it was going to be a hit or miss. It was a hit. So, like I said, let's move on to 32. We are going to now move forward with our weekly topic discussions. Okay, like we usually do per week, which is our topic weekly discussions. We usually do 2 questions. So we're going to start off with the first one. I don't know if you guys have noticed about the 2 weeks ago on Raw and WrestleMania, the LED aprons that looks like they took that concept from NXT. Do you like the aprons being digital, or do you guys like the old school cloth material instead, or do you like it at NXT? Do you guys like it? Where do you guys like it? Where do you guys not like it? I'll start off with Tom.
Personally, I really don't like the whole LED thing. I guess they're trying to look a little more futuristic. I think the old cloth thing kind of looks cool. So you go underneath the ring and get your weapons and whatnot. Kind of takes away from that concept, because how are you going to move a piece of LED to get?
Well, they don't do it on all four sides.
Yeah.
Though, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they only do it for the
coming
TV
from.
sides.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of stupid, but it's alright. Whatever.
Do you like it on NXT? Do you like?
I don't like it on either.
Oh, neither. Okay, I just want to make sure, because I know you guys brought it up to me when you guys noticed WWE did it. So, Price, let's go to you.
I don't like it. I think that me and you agreed on that for WrestleMania, SummerSlam. Okay, you could have it, but I mean,
I think it should be on all pay-per-views. But
well,
so we don't agree fully.
no, but
Partially.
They started on Raw. I don't think it should be on Raw and SmackDown. I mean, NXT has that. They have it for the pay-per-views. I don't know if they have it all the time.
I think they do, yeah.
Okay, that's their own thing, but I don't like to have it every single week. I mean.
So why do you guys like the cloth? I know you said it's more old school traditional.
Yeah.
Is that why you like the cloth?
Yeah, I agree with Tom.
Excuse me. Okay. Well, I mean, I like the old school cloth on the sides that's not on the TV. I guess. I mean, I guess reality, where camera guys go everywhere, you're always going to see cloth or digital.
Yeah.
But for me, I agree. I like the digital. Excuse me. I like the digital screen because everything else is everything else is LED. The entrances, everything like that. So I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for me personally as a fan. Old school cloth, I guess, like I said, do it on the 2 sides that aren't camera side, because that way you could stash the weapons or whatever, extra equipment, stuff like that. But only do it on pay-per-views, and that's all pay-per-views, because it makes the pay-per-views more special. I mean, I guess if you're gonna try to limit it, I guess you could do it for the 4 main. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Mm. But I don't mind it on all pay-per-views. But definitely do not put on SmackDown or Raw. I think that's stupid. There's probably a lot of time, you know what I mean? But so we'll move on to the next question. Hopefully they stop and only do pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Hopefully they're listening to us right now.
Yeah, right? Question number 2. Do you prefer to see wrestling events held indoors or outdoors? Price, I'm going to start with you. Please explain your answer.
For pay-per-views, I want to throw this out. I'd rather it be outdoors because the crowd is huge. It makes it look special. When you hear something and it being loud, it means more because you can't hear a lot when it's outdoors. And I just like it.
You like it outdoors?
Yeah.
All right, Tom, go to you.
I think as a wrestling fan, I'd honestly rather just see it at WrestleMania, because it shows when you see
outdoors or indoors?
Outdoors.
Okay,
my bad.
Cool. Yeah. I was like, I didn't have an answer.
I think outdoors at WrestleMania is the only time where I feel as though it's appropriate, because that means they're not going to travel our way as often up here in the Northeast.
Why would rather them travel up here? Oh, you mean, okay.
If they're going to be outdoor, they're really not going to. You think they're going to have the Royal Rumble here?
Well, no, I mean, the only outdoor event that's ever going to take place is going to be WrestleMania.
Yeah.
For me, I think they should do outdoors once a year, and that should be SummerSlam.
Even both would be cool.
Maybe cool, but I mean, I personally like it indoors because there's no weather, implications. You don't have to prepare for weather. The lighting and effects, you have so much more leeway, because obviously I feel like the Bray Wyatt and the Undertaker match hurt severely from that at this past one. Did. So there's that. You have so much, more wiggle room with what to do with effects and stuff like that, and also crowd reaction. As 31, you actually heard the crowd reactions. Maybe it's the way the stadium was built. It was easier to hear. And actually at 30, it wasn't that good. I think it was just too broad. But normally, I mean, it's just logistics that if the crowd's indoors, the sound bounces everywhere. You get more echoes, you get more chants. So that's why I like it indoors, personally. Like I said, if there's ever going to be an outdoor event, I'd rather it be at SummerSlam than WrestleMania. But hopefully, I don't think they would do anything outdoors, like for a Raw or a SmackDown, unless it's like tribute to the troops or something like that. But they don't do that anymore. So that's our weekly topic discussions. It was kind of short this week, but obviously in a couple more weeks we'll get more lengthy and more argumentative. But now we are going to move on to my favorite part of the show, which is the head-to-head game competition between Robert Price and Tom Malloy.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Okay, it is 2-0 Robert Price. Although I thought it was 1-1, but you're right. It is 2-0 Price. And this week's categories are Money in the Bank cash-ins. My bad, I was looking at the South High Five script.
Seth Rollins.
That's because Seth Rollins just cashed in at 31. He was the first person to do it. But here we go. We're going to start the show. We're going to start this game, And after I finish the first question, whoever raises their hand first gets it. And then we're going to alternate from there. It's more fair. Okay, so here goes. Question number 1. Who was the first 2-time holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase? A. John Cena. B. Edge. C. CM Punk. Price.
Edge.
Correct. He came to play. Came for the three-peat. Number 2. Which superstar was the first to unsuccessfully cash in the Money in the Briefcase opportunity? A. Damian Sandow. B. Daniel Bryan. C. John Cena.
C. John Cena.
Okay, Tom came to play. I was ready for the hands to go up. I made my own mistake. Here we go. Number 3. This superstar is the only man to win Money in the Bank, however, never have a championship match. Who is he? A. Dolph Ziggler. B. RVD. C. Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy.
Kennedy. All right, 2-1 Price. Boy, you need this. Which of these superstars did not cash in their Money in the Bank briefcase at a SummerSlam? A. Daniel Bryan. B. Randy Orton. Or C. Alberto Del Rio.
You're with A. Daniel Bryan.
Oh, man. Look at you. 2-2. Best of 3. Here we go. Price. This superstar is the first person to ever cash in their briefcase at a WrestleMania. Who is he? A. Seth Rollins. B. The Miz. C. Dolph Ziggler.
Is it A. Seth Rollins?
There you go. I kind of just said it right before the show, or right before the game. All right, here we go. This is going to be kind of iffy for you. The next two, maybe. Tom 6. Who has the shortest reign of the Money in the Bank briefcase? Edge. Sorry, A. Edge. B. Jack Swagger. C. Kane.
C. Kane.
Ooh. Do you know when he did it? You know how long it was?
It was the same night. He
Look
cashed
at
it on
you.
Rey Mysterio, right?
Bonus. No, I'm joking. I want to do a bonus. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Question 7, the big one. Price. Who has the longest reign of the Money in the Bank briefcase? A. Dolph Ziggler. B. Edge. C. Seth Rollins.
This is pretty much I get it right, I win, or I get it wrong, and I lose.
Yeah, we could do a bonus question. I'll try to think of something. I'll try to think of who they cashed it on or something.
Can I go with B?
You looked at my sheet.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
did not
Just
look
like
at
we used to screen sheet. When we
I just thought about that. Yeah, here we
I
go.
did not look.
We're gonna do right here off the top of the dome. Ready? This is the bonus. This is the winner. I saw you look at my sheet.
Look at this
Yes, you
sheet.
did. Here we go. Who won the WrestleMania 24 Money in the Bank ladder match?
CM Punk.
Bang. Price came for redemption. I applaud you. I don't want to. I know you looked. I saw you look at my sheet. I didn't want to falsely accuse you, but you did.
I did not look.
Shame on you, even though you won 3-0. All right. So.
You know what I'm going for? 21
Yeah.
and 0.
If you get to 21, you face me.
I thought I'd face you next week.
I know. I keep saying that, but it's not gonna happen because I make up the questions.
Yeah, the sad part is, I got all mine right, but whatever. It's cool.
I should have gave you a chance, but I don't want to keep going. All right. So that was our game show. That's my favorite part of the show. It is 3-0 Price to Malloy, and hopefully next week Malloy will get his first victory. So we're going to move on from our game show to our self-high five. Okay, so our self-high five this week is potential WrestleMania 32 matches. We discussed before the show, and some of us have almost the same exact matches, but I'll try to improv, or we'll try to improv. So we will go with the winner, Robert Price, to start off our self-high five category, potential WrestleMania 32 matches.
I have for number 5, and I'm iffy about this, but NWO versus DX. If it happens, it'd be awesome. Most likely there's going to be wheelchairs
medical
and
insurance
involved. Number 4, I have Stone Cold Steve Austin versus, I don't know. But him being on the show would be awesome because it's going to be in Texas. Number 3, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. That match would be awesome. Number 2, The Rock and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie. Don't know who will run the show during that, but that'd be a great. Then WrestleMania goes back to its old school days.
There you go.
And my number 1 non-biased,
so biased,
top 5 is The Undertaker versus Sting.
Now, if you put that at number 3 or 5, that would have been non-biased. But okay, that's not bad. Like I said, we almost had the same exact thing. I had to make some changes for some, variety. But that's a nice list. Thomas, loser. Want to go to you?
Yeah. For number 5, I have Sting versus Taker.
That's non-biased.
It feels like it's going to happen. Number 4, I have Swagger versus Angle for the U.S. title.
Do you really think Swagger can get the U.S. title within a year?
I mean, yeah, because he doesn't get DUIs or anything like that.
Do you really think that the first match that Kurt Angle has would be... Wait, let me rephrase it. You really think the first WrestleMania match from Kurt Angle coming back is going to be against Jack Swagger?
Yeah.
I feel like Jack
He's the
Swagger...
Patriot lock, dude.
Yeah.
Patriot. It's the battle of the locks.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Jack Swagger, this is his year.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna get a big push.
Yeah.
All right, regardless. Push to the U.S. title. It's still worth nothing. But for number 3, we have Triple H versus Rock.
Okay.
Number 2, I got Ziggler versus Neville for the IC title. I think that'd be interesting to see.
That'd be cool, man.
Then for number 1, I got a triple threat match for the WWE title. Rollins versus Reigns versus Dean Ambrose.
Okay, well, that's my number 1. I thought I had everything different until I realized you had that. Okay, so I'll just do my 5 through 2, I guess. Number 5, I think they should do another multiple superstar Intercontinental ladder match. I just wrote down 6 people because I think 7 is just ridiculous. I have Ziggler, Barrett, Daniel Bryan, Adrian Neville, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn. That'd be my Intercontinental ladder match. Number 4, you can either do a triple threat match or just keep it as singles. It wouldn't bother me. Bray Wyatt versus Luke Harper. I like their styles. It'd be cool if they do a Shield. Like you said, in the main event, I feel like they could do a nice mid-card between the Wyatt family going at it. If they wanted to add Eric Rowan, it's up to them, obviously. Number 3, I have Brock versus Orton. At first, I wanted this at SummerSlam, but I thought that I think Brock's going to get his rematch at some point this year, so it'd be cool to have it at Mania instead. Number 2, I have Austin versus Cena. I'm pretty much filling in Pricey's question mark. I just think Cena needs to be on a card and he needs to face somebody extravagant, especially if they want to sell 100,000 seats. Austin would be the perfect person. And then number 1 for me would be the Shield triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight title, just because they're all individually popular and what other price?
The only thing is, you said that if Brock Lesnar was going to get his rematch, he was going to have it at WrestleMania. If he has it at WrestleMania, he's going to be fighting Orton.
My bad. I meant SummerSlam. I thought he said SummerSlam.
You said you thought it was going to happen at SummerSlam, but it's better if it happens at Mania.
No, I said I thought he was going to face Orton at SummerSlam, but he's going to go for a rematch instead, so it would be better if it was at WrestleMania.
For all the viewers, I'd have to.
I mean, that's fine. But also Taker versus Sting would be good, but I didn't want to put it on the countdown because I figured both you guys would, which I was right. So that'd be a good card, I think, mine. But that's because I'm biased. I'm biased of myself, just like you're biased with Undertaker.
However, I don't think that they would have another triple threat.
Yeah, we never do.
Triple threats.
I think they should do that just to put more people on a card.
Yeah.
And it's better than putting everybody in a 30-man battle royal.
Right.
But obviously, they don't like doing that.
I think Kevin Owens is just going to win it all next year.
I think they're going to keep him for one more year just because he's so popular. He'll be like the main guy at NXT. But, Okay, so that's our South 5-5 next week. I don't know what we'll do. I'll think about it next Sunday. But so we will just finish up the show right now with what each of us are watching on the WWE Network, which you can get for
$9.99.
And thank you for chiming in. So now you can start off.
Okay. For the WWE Network, and what I'm watching right now is I love that the Randy Savage documentary is on there for nothing.
I know. I just saw it today.
I almost bought it last week, and I was like,
I'll start to buy it. I'm sorry about it.
I won't. But
it's terrible.
I know, right? I just saved myself $25.
So you're economically happy as well as
very happy.
2.5 months of the WWE Network.
There you go.
Exactly. And I watched WrestleMania 31 again. I just, really
I'm gonna keep watching that, man.
I love the athleticism. That's the word.
Athleticism?
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
They say athletic sizzle. Which is
like HB sizzle.
There you go.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Okay. You usually watch the countdowns. None this week?
I didn't see any new ones this week.
There was no new ones.
They go on droughts, man. They really do.
Yeah.
I don't want to bash it up, man. Pricing next.
I have been watching the old countdowns. And also...
So you pretty much just showed me up. Actually, I really showed up, but you pretty much showed it yourself up. There are no new ones because I watched all of them. Because I watched all of them.
Because I watched all the old ones. But I'm moving on to the Cyber Sundays.
Okay. I thought you'd be going to the Extreme Rules because I know you're an Extreme Wrestling fan. So
yes.
For me, I just literally what you have. I just watched the Randy Savage today. I didn't get to the last 20 minutes because I was at work.
I have one question though with you guys. Has any of you guys WWE Network been slow lately?
I haven't even used it. I use it on my laptop at work. I watch it on my break.
Oh, I know.
Mine's fast.
Yeah, his is good. And then I just watched WrestleMania 31 again. I watched that Orton match. I watched the main event, and I watched the ladder match. Which are probably my 3 favorites. I don't know what I'll move on to next. I usually like watching those Legends of Wrestling, so I'll probably watch a couple of those.
I'm going to move on to Legends House.
That's terrible.
That show was awful.
Did you watch it?
Watched 2 episodes and I was like, this is just as good as Total Divas, so I turned it off.
Well, speaking of that, they're going to have the new Too Hot for TV with
that looks like a good
Jerry
show.
Springer, and also
What's that? Yeah, that's the other one.
Seth Green is coming out with something that looks like
One of the little kids, right?
Yeah,
Kind of looks like a wrestling South Park. It
It reminds me of that. What's that? Wrestle City? What's that one?
Camp Glasgow.
No, yeah. What's the
What they're based
Slam
on.
City? It looks like it's a rip off.
Slam City,
Almost.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's more like adult though, isn't it?
It's first adult comedy.
Rated
it's like-
MA.
Is it?
Yeah, how about that?
Wow, look at that. That's awesome. They're slowly but surely, I think, going into TV 14 because there's a lot of cursing going on the Monday after. But, yeah, so I'm sure we'll talk about more of that stuff next week on what we're watching. So we are going to wrap this show up with a see you later. I'm your host, Rich Lopez, here with my 2 colleagues again, Tom Malloy and Robert Price. I guess you guys are going to do your send-offs? I'll wait. Okay, so we're leaving now. Tune in next week for episode 4.
See you later. Break it down!
Rest in peace.